Okay, we dissected a pregnant cat. So obviously it's a female. She was carrying 5 kittens, which are all right there. We're going to begin from the anterior and then work down to the posterior end. As you can see here, this is the mouth. So food would go through the mouth into this flat tube right here, which is the esophagus. It runs parallel with the trachea. Only trachea goes into the lungs, which are here. And they surround the heart, which are encased in the ribs. And then follow it down. We have the diaphragm, which separates. Right here are the liver. There's a lot of lobes. There were 7 liver lobes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and there's a little one back there. I thought there was. In between the 3rd and 4th, it's hard to see it and pull it apart, but there's the gallbladder. It's a green color of bile. And right here, the esophagus, this flat tube, will eventually reach the stomach, which is here. It's very mushy and kind of pink. Covering the entire cat, this bottom, the abdominal cavity, was a thin layer. It's called omentum, and it's fatty. And its function is to store fat, pretty much, and it secretes an oily substance, and it keeps friction low inside the cat, so the internal organs can move separate from external. Right next to the stomach, we have the spleen, and a spleen, sometimes called the red blood cell graveyard, has lots of blood that flows into it, and it's darker, it's a lot more red. Now, from the stomach, from the esophagus to the stomach, then we have the intestine, and they were extremely long. The small intestine was 115 centimeters approximately. So, all the way down. And then right here we have the cecum, and this separates the small intestine from the large intestine, and it has this finger-like protrusion here. And so this area here is the large intestine, and this measured 15.5 centimeters. Now, to see the urinary tract, you'd have to pull up the intestines, and underneath you can see the kidneys, which are quite large. They're blue, so a lot of venous blood. Let me find the uterus. Okay, right here, it's right on either side of this large intestine. There are 2 ureters. They go from the kidneys down to the bladder. So the urine is here, and then it travels down through the bladder, and then out the urethra. Fur, you can see right here, we had to skin the cat to get to it and remove muscle and mesentery tissue and a lot of other things, but there's still some fur on the paws, the head, the tail, and the legs, so have plenty of fur. So that would be the integumentary system.